Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. In this video we're going to be talking about Hood. It's another video in my Tell Me More About, in that we take characters in Marvel Contest of Champions and we talk a bit more about the character and kind of give you a little bit more that you didn't know about this character, which is Hood Parker Robbins. How it all begins for Parker Robbins is, as a kid, he watches an epic fight between Daredevil and Electro and kind of goes, hey, what should I root for? The side of good? No, I'm going to be inspired by this, especially by Electro, and choose a life of crime as inspirations go. It's kind of an odd thing to kind of go, right, well, should I be a superhero? No, villainy seems more of a thing for me. Now, we all have that cousin that is always up to mischief, and John King, who is Parker Robbins' cousin, is that kind of cousin. He gives Parker Robbins all these kind of tips on kind of like places to go, and in particular tells him to go to a warehouse because it's got these things in, and he is the main catalyst for him getting the red hood and also the magical boot that he possesses. So they're in the warehouse and they see this seance going on, and they're kind of like, well, there's nothing here, there's nothing of value. So on the way out, they get ambushed by this demon, and John King and Parker Robbins overpower him, take his cloak and his magical boots, and they put, well, Parker Robbins puts them on. John King gets caught, as you do when you're the cousin that gives all these mischievous tips. And yeah, so he spends a lot of time behind bars, but he does give Parker Robbins loads of tips. There is a point where John King turns against his cousin, but that doesn't happen until later on. John King himself, he dies, but he's returned back from death by Thanos, who gives him a super suit of power to be in the new Zodiac team. And the character name that he gets is Cancer, which is it's kind of odd because he comes back from death and then gets cancer. So it's kind of weird because in the internet world we get this get cancer and die thing. So what a name for a character. So unbeknownst to Parker Robbins, even though he's been given these fantastic boots that allow him to fly and this cloak that gives him so many kind of different abilities and powers, he still doesn't know that Dormammu is the one behind the kind of power and link between his cloak, his boot, and himself. And he kind of does a lot of manipulation, especially from like a mirror dimension. And we find out a lot about the character's intervention into Parker Robbins' life as we go on. Parker Robbins knows a good opportunity when he sees one, and during the superhero civil war, Parker Robbins assembles a team of supervillains. That's such a good idea. Oh, what are superheroes doing? Well, they're off fighting. What should we do? Supervillains team. That's it. And they amass $15 million in money from all of their evil deeds. That is good thinking, except they were overcome by the new Avengers. So not all positive for the bad guys. They do get caught in the end, so remember that. As we touched on earlier, Dormammu has been watching, he's been waiting in the shadows. Well, he hasn't been in the shadows, tried to make it a bit like the Erasmus, but he has been manipulating Parker Robbins in order to get the Sorcerer Supreme taken away from Doctor Strange. So that title, that significant title, is very important. So he imbues him with these amazing powers to improve himself. So he's like the Hood, but on steroids. But he then goes after the son of Satan, Damien Hellstrom, which is kind of odd. Like the son of Satan is kind of going for Sorcerer Supreme. It's like, man, he should get that title. He'd be the great candidate for that. However, though, that title was given to Brother Voodoo, or Dr. Voodoo as we know him. So after all of his mistakes, failed attempt to go for Sorcerer Supreme and kill Doctor Strange, and also his failed crime and the failed kind of like every time he's just really kind of like failed with this massive amount of power. Villainy doesn't pay, guys. He is then put into the Raft, and this is a maximum security prison which is just outside New York, and it's operated and run by S.H.I.E.L.D., which then puts him in a very kind of odd situation where he has to bribe the security guards to get out of prison because he's off on another escapade. And it's pretty crazy. It's seriously crazy. He is going to get all of the Infinity Stones. He was told by an Inhuman whilst in prison that Black Bolt was holding some kind of Infinity Gem, which was going to make him so much more powerful. So he sets off on a mighty quest to get all of the Infinity Gems. He first goes to the Himalayas to get the Reality Gem. He then goes to the Baxter Building to get the Power Gem, comes out and beats the living snot out of Red Hulk. That is pretty epic. By this time, the Avengers have got wind of this and intercept him at the Space Gem. Not Space Jam, the Space Gem. Which, coincidentally, or could say ironically, is at Area 51, of all places. The Mind Gem is in the Danger Room in the Xavier Mansion, actually the ruins of the Xavier Mansion. And after a little struggle, they're all transported to the Astral Planes because that is where the Soul Gem is. And there's a final big battle. Doctor Strange saves the day and he gets put back in the raft. And you think, man, he is not working out for Parker Robbins. Maybe he should turn good because he's not succeeding. At every opportunity, he's kind of like taken down. Dormammu gives him all this power and he can't do any kind of villainy. So villainy doesn't pay, guys. So thank you very much for watching this video on Hood. If you did enjoy it, please hit that like button. Subscribe for more Marvel Contest of Champions and Marvel related content, as well as comic book content. If you want to find out more about Hood or Parker Robbins and his affiliate peoples, then please hit the link in the description below and have some reading joy. I've been RichTheMan. I thank you for watching and I shall catch you on the flip side. Bye bye for now.